Now, the media is being dishonest about this situation, Art. The media is claiming that this was a one-to-one fisticuff between Hunter, okay, and Karmelo. I'm going to say between one of the brothers because I keep getting the names mixed up. I believe it was Hunter, and I do want to say rest in peace to him. My condolences to his father, his family. Nobody deserves to lose a child. Black, white, red, yellow, or brown, nobody deserves to lose a child, not at that age, regardless of who fault it was. I'm sorry they lost their child. Condolences to the family. So R.I.P. Hunter comes and engages Karmelo with his brother Austin.
Yes, I don't know why there see some people struggling to justify this. There is no reasons on this earth to take away someone's life. There see some people doing that. I'm normally pretty pro self-defense right, but I'm struggling to understand why many liberals seem to view stabbing someone who put you as okay. Could someone really explain this to me? I've seen a lot of liberals struggling to justify this, like taking away someone's life is okay. When you look at these whole situations and what I'm seeing on social media is extremely concerning. I saw a lot of videos. I want to share my thought. If you've been following this channel, updating people on what is going on, constantly checking to see if there is an update. If you love what I'm doing here, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm. If you share the video,
Rosa Parks days is over. You cannot think that you can move somebody out of a seat that you don't own and think that it's going to be okay. And you can't determine how I'm going to retaliate on you when you put your hands on me in an aggressive manner. Austin Metcalf got exactly what he deserved.
But white people, obviously not all of you, so let me just get that out the way, but a bunch of y'all are just a bunch of rated crisis actors.
People really believe that that kid had the right to tell Karmelo to move. If that kid would have just minded his own business, would he or would he not still be alive?
Nobody is celebrating the death of a child, Richie. And I really want the people who think like you to really step outside the box here. This is where your critical thinking comes into play. We're not celebrating the death of a child. We are acknowledging Karmelo's right to defend himself. And that's the problem. The problem is that we are acknowledging his right to defend himself against bodily harm. You cannot tell somebody how to respond to your threats and your disrespect. No, you can't. If you threaten to do something to me, and if I feel like you really will do something to me, I'm going to protect myself at all cost. Now, according to, some reports, Karmelo was nice enough to give a warning. I'm not that damn nice. I'm not even going to ask you to get the hell out my face. I'm not even going to ask you not to touch me because I'm going to assume that you know that doing all of those things will result in something that you won't like. Nobody's celebrating the death of a child. It's unfortunate. Children shouldn't die. Especially when they step out of line and it could have been avoided. Like this right here could have been avoided. It could have been avoided a couple ways. One way being Austin and Hunter mind.
these are people that are doing conclusions on this case. According to her, this was self-defense. Then claiming she's not celebrating the death of a child. I've seen people like this doing this recently, and it saddens my heart to see that they continue to push this narrative. I actually want everything to boils down to the end result. Let me see how this will end. I went through her TikTok videos on YouTube to see the kind of video she's putting out on this situation. This mentality she's having on this video is the same I saw. That tells me a lot about her already, even though I don't know her.
You got two big actors standing in your face telling you what they're going to do to you. They done already snatched your shit. They done already did it to you. You're not going to sit up here and tell me that your response would not have been similar, because I'm telling you mine would have been. Don't put your hands on me. Who are you? Don't talk to me. Don't tell me shit. You ain't got no respect. Don't bring your ass my way. Period. And that's the problem. The problem is that some of these Caucasian kids, and I'm going to say some, because like I said before, I have Caucasian friends. I done watched them walk their kids' ass down for being disrespectful and racist, for stepping out of their lane, for not knowing their place. A lot of these Caucasian kids don't know their place because y'all are afraid to parent them. Parent your kid. Yeah, we do. And guess what? When our kids get shot up in the streets by people who look like them, we got to wear that. When our kids are around here doing these prison sentences because they done stepped out of their lane, we got to wear that. You know, you feel like because, Austin was white, he had the right? No, he didn't. So again, are you outraged because these kids are out of control? Because if that's your outrage, then I totally agree with you. All of these children of all these races are out of control because their parents don't parent them. And these kids have laws that protect them from being parented. Or are you upset because for a change, the roles are actually reversed. Like they're actually reversed. Nobody's celebrating the death of a kid. Quit pushing that bullshit. Nobody is celebrating the death of a kid. We are acknowledging our rights to defend ourselves. And I'm going to tell you something else. I teach my children that everybody is a threat until they prove to you they are not. Straight up and down. I'm that mom. You guys are on this social media talking about, oh, he's this, he's a thug, he's this. No. That boy is a 4.0 GPA having. He's an amazing athlete. He's a God-fearing child. He comes from a 2-parent household. And he was taught to defend himself. That's what happened. Karmelo Anthony is what parenting looks like. Nobody is celebrating the death of a kid. But we're not going to sit up here and pretend like Austin was just sitting there minding his business, reading the book of Job, and Karmelo came out of no damn where and damn Swiss cheesed his ass with a damn knife. That's not what happened. So stop pushing that narrative. And if you weird-ass adults can't see past that, then y'all are the problem, and y'all kids are the problem. Stop doing it. It's unfortunate. This shouldn't even have happened. But then let's take it a step further when all this was going on. Why every time Austin opened up his why every time Hunter opened up his damn mouth, it's another story? Why is the father...
Austin is around Hunter's size as well. So what you have in this situation, Art, is a 160-pound skinny black boy minding his business. And here comes two white boys who decide that they're going to remove this black boy from their tent with force. So you got to ask yourself something, Art. If I'm a 160-pound black boy, two white boys in Texas, both of whom are 60 to 70 pounds heavier than me, they come to accost me physically, knock my phone out my hand, try to grab my bag, try to throw me out. The media is making you think it's only one.
Yes, this whole situation has actually exposed a lot of people to me, and I understand what is actually even going on in this race war. There are people that no matter how twisted, truthful something is, they will always turn it the other way because they don't like these other people of this skin color. That is just what I've observed. Despite they know the truth, this lady is speaking like she knows, she has the facts. There is no facts in what she's saying here. only thing she's struggling to do here is to support Anthony. That is all she cares about. And it saddens my heart to see people doing this, be able to speak your truth. You know, if you've been watching me clearly, you realize I don't just follow crowd. If I see something, I say the way it is. Reasons. A lot of people actually even believe in what I do here. I don't twist it because you're my skin color. I just have to know. When you've done something right, I say it. When you've done something wrong, I don't care about the skin color. Wrong is wrong and right is wrong. But these people don't see it. They just want to twist it to suit their own narrative. And to me, it is extremely wrong. You see the justifications they are bringing in. Oh, he was God fearing, he was this, he was that, oh, he's that. I've heard all types of compliment about this guy, but they are failing to understand something. This lady has not said anything like condemning what this kid did. I've not heard, I've not seen.
And now, we're letting tribalism get in the way of truth. Being black shouldn't mean getting held to a different standard, for better or for worse. We can't keep doing this thing where black people are always 100% victims and 0% responsible. We can't fight yesterday's injustice with today's double standard. That hurts everyone, including black people. Because if you look for reasons to apply a double standard, others will look for reasons to apply a double standard to you. Karmelo killed a kid. He turned a disagreement into a death. He took it from 0 to 100 when he had every chance to walk away. He took a life and ruined his own. And that's the only thing that should be black and white here.
The past week has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what may happen to her.
Followers for anything, and then
Registration Act is
talking about this man, Kilmo.
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
first term, and you will be very.
Somebody has to say it, so let me be crystal clear.
So apparently the judge that lowered Karmelo Anthony's bond